The late afternoon sun dipped low over the park, painting everything in shades of gold. Children's laughter filled the air, except for one little girl who sat alone on the swing, clutching a stuffed bunny with trembling hands. Her wide eyes darted nervously at the noisy crowd, fear clear on her tiny face. Maria, a young nanny with patched shoes and tired eyes, noticed her immediately. She'd come to the park after finishing her morning chores, hoping the fresh air would ease her worries. Despite her own struggles, barely enough money for rent, let alone dreams, her heart pulled her toward the frightened child. Kneeling gently, Maria asked, "Sweetheart, are you lost?" The girl's lip quivered. "My daddy went to take a call. Too many people. I don't like it." Without hesitation, Maria sat beside her and began humming a soft lullaby. Slowly, the girl's grip loosened, her fear melting into calm as she leaned against Maria's shoulder. Strangers passed by, smiling at the unexpected tenderness between them. Neither of them noticed the tall man standing a few feet away, his expensive suit slightly rumpled, phone forgotten in his hand. His eyes softened at the sight of his daughter safe, comforted not by wealth, but by the kindness of a stranger. That man wasn't just any father. He was Daniel Carter, a millionaire CEO, and a single dad. And in that simple, selfless moment, Maria had unknowingly stepped into both their lives in a way none of them could have imagined. Daniel Carter rarely let his emotions slip in public. As CEO of a powerful tech company, he was known for being sharp, composed, and untouchable. But standing there in the park, watching a humble nanny calm his trembling daughter, something inside him shifted. He finally approached. "Lily," he said softly. The little girl's eyes lit up. "Daddy." She ran into his arms, bunny in tow. Then, almost shyly, she tugged at his sleeve. "This is Maria. She sang for me when I was scared." Daniel's gaze landed on the young woman. Her simple clothes, worn sandals, and calloused hands revealed a life of quiet struggle. But her smile, gentle, genuine, was brighter than the sunset itself. "Thank you," he said, his voice low but sincere. "I owe you more than you know." Maria shook her head. "No debt, sir. She's a child. She needed comfort, that's all." Her humility struck him. Most people recognized him instantly, eager to impress or ask for favors. Yet Maria had treated him like anyone else, giving kindness without expectation. As they spoke, Lily tugged on Maria's hand. "Will you come to the park again tomorrow? Please?" Maria hesitated. Her work as a live-in nanny for another family barely left her time to breathe. Still, something in Lily's hopeful eyes made her nod. "I'll try, sweetheart." Daniel studied her for a moment longer. He had wealth, power, and influence. Yet here was a woman who had given his daughter something priceless: comfort, trust, and warmth. And though Maria didn't realize it, their brief encounter had just planted the first seed of a life-changing bond. The next afternoon, Maria kept her promise. She returned to the park, though a part of her wondered if she should. Her employer, the wealthy family she worked for, wouldn't approve of her wasting time. But something about Lily's frightened eyes from yesterday had stayed with her. Lily spotted her instantly. "Maria," she squealed, running across the grass. She nearly tripped, but Maria caught her just in time, steadying her with a laugh. Daniel watched from a bench nearby, coffee in hand. Unlike yesterday, his expression wasn't just relief, it was curiosity. He noticed the way Maria crouched down to Lily's level, speaking with patience, listening intently. No pretense, no forced politeness. Just genuine care. "Most adults don't understand," Lily whispered. "Crowds make me scared. But you make it quiet." The words pierced Maria's heart. She had always believed children deserved gentleness, no matter whose child they were. "Then I'll always try to keep it quiet for you," she promised. Daniel stood and walked over. You're good with her, he said, his tone less guarded than before. Maria smiled faintly. Children need love, not money. The remark wasn't meant to sting, but Daniel felt it deeply. He had built an empire worth millions, yet he couldn't deny that sometimes, his wealth made him forget the simplest truths. As the afternoon light faded, Lily begged Maria to join them again. Maria hesitated, her duties, her employer, her meager wages weighed on her. But Daniel spoke up, if your schedule allows, perhaps we could make this a regular thing. Maria didn't know what unsettled her more, that a millionaire CEO was asking for her time, or that she actually wanted to say yes. Maria tried to keep her distance. After all, she was just a nanny barely scraping by. What business did she have spending afternoons with the daughter of a millionaire CEO? Yet every time she walked past the park, she found Lily waiting, her little face bright with hope. And each time, Maria's resolve softened. One afternoon, rain clouds threatened overhead, but Lily insisted on the swings. Maria pushed her gently, humming the same lullaby as before. Daniel stood nearby, umbrella in hand, watching in silence. Maria, he said finally, I should tell you. Lily doesn't open up easily. Since her mother passed away, she's been quiet, fearful. Today, I see her laugh. I see her trust. That's because of you. Maria froze. She hadn't known. Her chest tightened, aching for the little girl who carried so much sorrow in her tiny heart. I'm so sorry, she whispered, brushing wet strands of hair from Lily's forehead. Daniel looked away, his voice rough. I've given her everything money can buy. But I can't give her this. What you give so freely. For a moment, Maria saw past the polished CEO, she saw a lonely father, fighting battles no wealth could solve. Before she could reply, her phone buzzed. A sharp text from her employer flashed across the screen, where are you? Don't forget your place. Maria's stomach dropped. If they discovered she'd been spending time here, she could lose her job, her only source of survival. Yet as she looked at Lily's smiling face, and Daniel's quiet gratitude, Maria realized she was standing at a crossroads. One choice meant safety. The other could change everything. The rain began to fall, soft at first, then harder. Daniel held the umbrella over Lily and Maria, but she could see the conflict in his eyes, gratitude mixed with worry. Maria knew she couldn't stay. I should go, she said gently, stepping back. If I lose my job, I lose everything. But Lily clung to her hand. Please don't leave, Maria. Please. The child's plea broke her heart. Maria knelt, brushing rain from Lily's cheeks. Sweetheart, you'll always carry my song in your heart. Even if I'm not here, you'll never be alone. Daniel's jaw tightened. He had built an empire by never letting anything slip through his fingers. Yet here was a woman willing to walk away, not because she didn't care, but because she cared too much. Maria, he said firmly, what if I offered you something different? Not charity. Not pity. But a chance to be part of Lily's life, officially. Maria blinked. You mean? He nodded. I need someone who doesn't see my wealth, who only sees my daughter. And Lily, he glanced down at her clinging arms, already made her choice. Maria's breath caught. Could it be real? She had dreamed only of survival, never of belonging. Yet in Lily's eyes, she saw a future she hadn't dared imagine. Slowly, she nodded. If you're sure, then yes. Lily squealed with joy, hugging her tightly. Daniel's shoulders eased for the first time in years. And as the three of them stood together in the rain, a nanny, a child, and a father, wealth and poverty no longer mattered. What mattered was the kindness that had brought them together, proving that the simplest act of compassion could change lives forever.